Hey everyone, this is Mukesh Otwani once again from learn-automation.com. Today in this video we are going to talk about set in Python. So in the last lecture we already discussed about what is list and how we can work with a list. So today we'll talk about the set and we will also talk about the difference between list and set. Okay, so let's get started. So what exactly is set? So set is also a collection of values. It means you can have different type of values in the set. Now again, you can call either as values or elements or object, doesn't matter. It can have collection. Okay, it is also a dynamic in nature. It means you don't have any size restriction. You can have n number of values. So you can create set of a specific type or different type as well. Okay, so just like we did in list, right? We created list of integers, string. We can also have a list of different type. In the same way, set can also have values of different types as well. So once we move ahead, I will create different type of set and I will show you. Now one important point that you have to notice here, that set does not have any index. Okay, so you cannot have the indexing in set, which means you cannot do the indexing, you cannot do the slicing as well, which we were able to do in list and strings. So just keep this in mind, set does not have any index approach. And another very interesting and unique feature of set is it does not allow or it cannot have the duplicate element. But when we talk about list, so list have the duplicate element. So the difference, if you talk about list have the index, so we can do indexing and slicing. Set does not have index. List allow duplicate, set does not allow duplicate. So now the question comes, how we can create a set in Python. Again, very easy. So there are two ways to create set in Python. So syntax one, you can use curly brackets. You can provide the values or elements or objects and it can create a set for you. For example, if you want to create a set, you just say curly bracket and the values that you want to store. In our case, all values are of similar type integers, so you can have 10, 20, 30. If I want to create a set of different values or elements, you can have integer, float, boolean and string as well, just like this example. I have 10 as integer, Mukesh as string and 190.0 as a float number. There is another way to create a set. So you can use a set constructor. So within this set constructor, you can actually pass a list or tuple. Okay, so don't worry, I will be talking about this now, how we can create a set using set constructor. Right now we haven't discussed about tuple, so we'll talk about the tuple as well. Just for the timing, just focus on the syntax. Okay, so let me show you through a program what is set and what are the different methods that we can do on set. So let me create a new Python file and this time I will say set demo1. Yeah, so let me create first set and I will say a variable called my set. So I will be using curly braces and let me store a few values. Let's say 90, 89, 76 or any value, doesn't matter here. Okay, and the moment I say print my set, just right click, run as, and you can see we got the output, right? Now we got the 4 values, but if you see closely, we don't have any proper order here, right? So the order which I mentioned was 90, 89, 76, 1, 2, but here the index or the sequence is totally different. Okay, it does not have any index approach, so it will give in a random order. So let me add few more values so that you can see the difference. Okay, I will add 2 and I will get 888. Save this and run it again. This time again you can see some different order. It's a random order now. Now how can I add more values? Okay, so before I add more values, let me add some duplicate values so that we can come to the conclusion that does it support duplicate element or not. So let me add 93 times, and this time when I run my code again, and you can see even though it is not giving any error, but at runtime we are only getting unique value which is 91. Okay, so that's clear cut, it does not allow any duplicate element. Perfect. Now let's see how we can add more values in this set. So as usual, we have an add method here. So the moment you say add, it will ask you give me the element that you want to add. In our case, I want to add 777 and then again I will print our set, which is my set. You can see this is the set before adding 777 and this is again a set after adding 777. Again, one thing to notice, we do not have any order where this 777 will get added. Okay, so it will add at the random places. So what about removing then? If I say my set dot pop, will it remove from the last? Okay, let's see. Can you see now? Earlier we had 7 values, right? And we also had 2. The moment I say pop, it removed one element, but it removed at the random place. Okay, ideally if you talk about a list, when we used to call pop, it used to remove from the last, but in set, when I say pop, it is removing at the random places. Okay, so just keep this point in mind. Now let's talk about again, what if I want to remove a specific value, because pop, as I said, it does not remove value from a specific position, right? Because it's random. So what if I want to remove a specific value? In our case, let's say I want to remove 888. So using remove method, I can give exact value which I want to remove, and this time you will notice it will not have 888. Just observe this output, and you can see this was the last output. The moment I called remove 888, now the 888 has been removed. Okay, so pop random remove a specific value. But what if I give some value which does not even exist? In our case, I am trying to remove 8889. Let's see. It is going to throw you one error called key error, because it is not able to find 8889, which is expected, right? But is there any way in set that I want to try? If this exists, then remove, otherwise don't throw me any error. Okay, so we have another method now called discard. Okay, so I will comment this method. Okay, and I will say this time myset.discard. So discard method is exactly going to do the same thing which remove used to do. It will remove, but discard will not throw any error if that element does not exist. So in our case, let's say I want to remove this time 89, which actually exists, right? The moment I run this, you can see earlier we had 89. Now after calling discard method, we don't have 89. But what if I give some random value which does not even exist? And just notice we are using discard. Let's see. If that element does not exist, it will not throw any error. It will simply keep the set as usual. Okay, so that is the big difference between remove and discard. Just keep this point in mind. In interviews you might get this question, what is the difference between pop, remove and discard? Okay, just one line difference, but yeah, it will help you a lot in your interviews. What about the length method? Can we call the length method here? Yes, you can do that. So let's call print, okay, length of, let's say, my set. So what should be the output? Output should be 6, right? So let's run this, and yes, we got the output as 6. Okay, so this is few methods from the set. Let me create a copy of this and we'll discuss the few methods in the next file. So I will create, copy, paste, and I will say set demo2. I will keep my list as it is, and this time let me have few more values. Okay, and this time I will say I am adding Mukesh, and I'm also adding one float value which is 90.0. So let me print this set first, and I will say my set. Let's see what exactly it is returning. First I will run this. Now we have my set demo2, and now we can directly run from here. Perfect. Let's call a method called myset.clear. So what exactly clear method will do? It will remove or it will clear the complete set. So next time when you use this set, you will have the blank set. Okay, run it again. So you can see this was before clear method, and once you do clear, it is only returning your set constructor. It means this set is completely blank now. Okay, so whenever you have to remove or clear the set, use the clear method. Now what if I say that I want to create copy of that? Okay, and then I will clear the first one. So before clear, what I will do, I'm just showing you a new method. Okay, myset.copy. So when you say copy, it will create a copy of this set, and this time I will say my set demo my set2. Okay, it means I'm creating copy of this. I will have the exactly same copy of my set into my set2. Then I will clear my set, which we will print here. Then I will print my set2. So this should have the clear value, means completely empty set, but this will have the actual set which we had here, right? Let's run it. Because we created a copy of my set into my set2, so my set2 have all the values which is available here, but my set is empty here, right? Let's talk about what about the different ways to create a set. So if you don't want to go in this way, you can just type set, okay, and you can see set, it is actually coming from built-ins, which is nothing but a class. So if I use this constructor, and in this constructor, if I create a list, okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what exactly it will do, it will actually create a set for me that I can store into some set1, and you will get the set ready. The moment I say set1, you will see we will get a new set here. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4? Let me add few more values here. Let's say I have Mukesh here, and let's say I have one more value 12.90. yeah, if I run this, we got the set ready. So this is another way to create set. In the set constructor, you can either pass a list that we did now. Another way is using tuple. Okay, so if I say again set, and in the set, if I create a tuple, again don't worry about the tuple, that we will discuss next. So how we can create a tuple? In parenthesis, and now I can give value. Let's say I want to give values as Mukesh again, then I will say Python, then let's say I will add one more thing called Java, and again let's say 78, 90, and so on. This will also create a set for me, and this time I will store into set2, and the moment I say set2, this is my another set. So basically we have set1, which is created with list, set2, which is actually created with the help of tuple. And here we go. So you can see we got this. So in case if you want to see some difference, let me add, either I can comment the previous print statement, or in double quotes I will just create some kind of formatting here. So just after formatting we'll get this output. Yes, so this is formatting that we did. This is set1 and this is set2. So this is how you can work with set. Don't worry, once you move ahead, we'll see technically how to use set, how to use list, how to use dictionary and tuples. But for the time being, just focus on the fundamentals, just focus on the methods which they have. Again, I have not covered all the methods. These are the frequently used method that we use, but I would highly recommend set also have a couple of additional methods which you should explore from your end. Okay, so that's all I have for today. So if you're completely new to this channel, then please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share with your friends. And if you have any questions related to Python, let me know in the comment section. Or if you have any other query, please send an email to my email, which is mukeshudwani@learn-automation.com. And I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.